with the Cincinnati Bengals. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And right away, he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Jackson. And he's got this down to the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. 8 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball to try and get things settled down a little bit.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Room here to run. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Second down at 5. Now Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Michael Gallup. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 2nd and 5.
Big 13. Big 13.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Dancing to his left. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got Mason complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Come on. 44, Mike, 44. Hey, let's get that.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dafe Owe came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
This taken in at the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They go play action with Burrow. They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Mixon with a first down carry. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play action. It's Burrow.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
Here's Burrow.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. It's complete to Fuller. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Flush, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. Tucker now to add the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 108 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
one, Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 7 yards the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second down and 3. Burrow will throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from the defender.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Got wide, I got wide. Return it.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On the option right is Jackson. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Here's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On second down now, Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Mixon. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. They find some open field here. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 7-yard line. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And even with the loss on 1st down, they did a nice job holding on to the football. And they can still run it 2 more times and take some time off the clock and even take some of the timeouts away from the defense and then possibly kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. They're in a great spot.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. A toss left, Mixon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll let Mixon try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Eluding the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the scramble.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Jackson.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. Well, probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
One last shot for Jackson. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and